KOFK News, Stories That Matter. Welcome to KOFK News, Stories That Matter with this guy who filled in when we had no budget.
That's right, welcome to KOFK News, channel 777 at 817. I'm this guy reporting from absolutely nowhere. Have we got a lineup of stories for you today? Let's start with the bad news. After a tragic accident with a hang glider and an alligator, a puppet has been put in the hospital. Sources say that the puppet has sustained a number of nose injuries, and it may have to be restuffed. He is otherwise in stable condition. It is unclear when he will be released. Now onto the main segment. Over the last number of weeks, we at KOFK have been endeavoring to find stories of God passing the promise. Today we found a truly amazing story about two brothers who were reunited and forgiven under some unusual circumstances. What is it really like to be forgiven? Stay tuned for the full story after this. Welcome back to KOFK News, Stories That Matter on channel 777. This segment is going to be a special piece for you viewers, so we've cooked up a real treat. Down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, we'll sometimes put up a sign. When that sign shows, you viewers just make that sound. What? Wait. You mean the camera's not working? So I'm holding this pose for absolutely no reason? But this pose is amazing. Alright. Alright, our main segment this morning is on to the reunion of two brothers. Our man on the ground has one of them for an interview right now. The son of Isaac and Rebekah, and the brother of Esau. We have none other than Jacob himself to do our interview. Let's go to our man on the ground. Jacob, thanks for agreeing to this interview.
Well, it's my pleasure.
So, tell me, Jacob, what's your relation to the event?
Well, I'm one of the brothers.
Amazing. So, how did this reunion happen?
Well, first I organized a gift to bring to my brother. The gift included cows, over 200 sheep, about that many goats, and some donkeys, but I also had 30 perfectly prepared lovely Arabic spitting camels.
That is a lot of animals. What was the gift for?
Well, I wanted to return to my homeland, but I was worried about my brother Esau. 20 years ago, I tricked Esau into selling his birthright for a pot of stew. He became so angry that he wanted to kill me. So I got all those animals into a big group. Hey, what's that sound?
I believe it's just the audience behind the camera.
Oh, okay. As I was saying, I brought the animals in front of our group as a gift to Esau.
So, why did you give such an extravagant gift?
Well, I suppose I was trying to pay back the birthright and blessing I had basically stolen. Or maybe I was just trying to make him less angry.
Were you worried?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the night before I prayed, God of my fathers, you told me to come back to this land and you would make me prosper. I am unworthy of all your kindness because I am returning a rich man. Now save me from my brother Esau because you have passed me the promise that you would bless me and all people through me.
That's amazing. What happened next?
Well, I sent the servants ahead with gifts and I spent the night by myself. Well, I was going to spend the night by myself, but on a very strange night. I wrestled with someone I thought was a man, but who really was God. He gave me a blessing and changed my name to Israel, although that's another story. Anyway, when I woke up in the morning, I heard something.
What?
There were 400 men coming with Esau. I sent my family out to meet him in groups. First the maidservants and their children, then Leah and her children, and lastly Rachel and her one child Joseph.
Why were Rachel and Joseph all the way in the back?
So they would be protected.
Sounds like you were playing favorites, and that leads to trouble. Well, that's all the time we have, so back to you, this guy. Thanks, men on the ground. We'll be back with the rest of the story after this commercial break. This is the newest soda. It tastes like amazing. Buy more soda. Alright, we're back. And we have one more interview lined up to tell the rest of the story. Other man on the ground, will you take it away?
Absolutely, this guy. I'm here with Esau, the hairy red brother. So, once Jacob came to see you, what happened?
Well, he came out to meet me himself, then bowed down 7 times.
I bet you slugged him out right there, huh?
No, not really.
Did you have your men attack him?
No, I hugged him.
It was all those fancy Arabic spitting camels, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't the gifts. I had forgiven him. I wasn't angry anymore.
Are you sure it wasn't the camels?
I didn't even want the gifts. I only took them because he insisted. God had changed my heart.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Back to you, this guy.
Thanks, other man. We have one more word from our sponsors. It may seem impossible for Esau to have forgiven Jacob after he took his blessing and his birthright, but it wasn't really Esau. It was God. It says in Luke 18:27 that the things that are impossible for people to do are possible for God to do. Remember that God heals families with forgiveness. And welcome back once again to KOFK News, Stories That Matter on Channel 777. If you missed it, today we interviewed Jacob and Esau, two brothers who were reunited after 20 years. It was a wonderful example of how God provides healing in families with forgiveness. We often forget to go to God in prayer when we're having problems forgiving others, or when we've hurt someone else. But no matter what the problem is or how serious it seems, Jesus can fix those hurts. He took all of our hurts upon himself on the cross. Nothing is impossible for God. In other news, we've just got it in that the puppet is recovering and will be released by next Sunday. Thanks again for tuning in. Tune in next week for a story about even more brothers, and stay tuned today for how a man ate nothing but locusts and honey and lived.